All right. Here we go. Mic check, people. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. How we doing? Let's get this party started, shall we? Let's get this party started. Let me roll that down. Bingo. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's turn. The music is fine. And then we go. All right. Hello. How's everybody doing? Are we live? I think we are live. Let me make sure we're live. Okay, we are live. We look good. We're waving. We're live. All right, everybody. Let's jump into it. Welcome back. Okay, making sure my mic's not muted. That would be embarrassing. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another stream. This is Gvs. We're gonna do what we did yesterday, where we're gonna kind of piggyback, and we're gonna do a little bit of sports, as you guys can see from the title of this stream. More sports and more chatting and more gaming. Kind of the same. What's the word I'm looking for? Not blueprint, but kind of like the same type of format for what we did yesterday, where we got to talk about sports. We got to look into some news and stuff that we saw today in the sports world, talk about it a little bit, give my own personal opinion on, okay, this is how I feel about this is how I feel about that. And then after we talk about that, if you guys want to sit around and hang out, we're going to play a little bit more video games tonight. And yes, to answer the question, I did get claimed the other day. They would, hey, that's not your song while you're playing that video game. But it's alright. It's alright. It happens. Happens when I play Star Wars games. But if you guys like sports, if you like hockey, if you like basketball, football, baseball, whatever sport, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. But yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing we can talk about tonight is we can talk about the Anaheim Ducks and the Vegas Golden Knights, because there were two games tonight. The first game, when you want to look at the scores, let's go look at the scores. We had the Canadiens and the Sabres. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how this game went. So we're going to let this ad load in here. And oh boy, what it looks like is okay, no goals in the third period. I don't know if that's too much of a, hey, let's look into this. But from what it looks like, Buffalo came to play, and they were not horsing around. At 1.20 and then 4-1. So, 4 goals in 16 shots. Yeah, that's a rough night for goalkeeping. Hits, physicality, clearly you can see it's tilted towards Montreal. Penalty minutes, here we go, let's jump into it. Quick goal too, this was 5 minutes into the game. So let's rewind a little bit. Oh, someone's falling over right here, look at this. Whoops. Oopsies. Here we go, and then we're going this way. Oh, we got to give and go. Oh, perfect, just dumped it off to Tuck. Which, hold on, where's my trusty pen? Yeah, let's get that bad boy out here. Bring him over. Let's bring him over. Okay. As you guys can see, hold on. Let me rewind it a little bit. As you can see, easy 2-on-1. Okay. Habs are left all alone. Man on his own island here. Good fake. You can see that he's laying out for, he's playing it safe, kind of committing to Tuck here, where it's like, hey, we're going to commit. Try to take away the middle passing lane. But then just right at the last second. Look at where that puck goes, too. So he's sprawled out. There is only one path, and as you can see, it's just to squeeze right through there. Good effort, but very last second. Boom. Buffalo jumps up early. 1-0. Let's fast forward a little bit. So we're on a Buffalo power play. 10 seconds left. Oh, you can already tell too. Look at this. Look at how the goalie's all sprawled out here. We got someone. Hold on. Let's see back door. Do we got someone? Okay. As we can see, we got 3 defenders on our 2 offensive zone attacks. Someone left someone wide open. Let's see how this play ended up developing. Oh, yep. How did this? So clearly we have a face-off. Somebody. I don't know who would blame, because I mean he's contesting for the puck. He's kind of like, I know it's a lot for him to come over here and just kind of ISO. I don't know. Just kind of a weird. Let's see how this was set up again. So we're kind of top of the key. Shoot it on in. Hit the back of his skate. Is that where? Let's see exactly where this went. Oh yeah, that hit the back of his foot. And then he's going there. I don't know. Looking at the play now, it'd be easy for him to be like, "Okay, peel over," because he got lost. How did he get so lost? So he's sitting here in the. Okay. Look at how he's just chilling back here. No one's playing defense on him. You can even see 17 looked over, but he didn't. Like, watch 17's eyes. Looks back. He knows he's there. Interesting. Didn't clear. And then the puck squeezed by him too. Oh my gosh. It's him who probably center pass. Dude. Come on. It was him with the assist. So this dude that's all alone over here. He's kind of bodied off. I don't know. Maybe that's 17's guy right there. This is an interesting. Because I don't know. It's interesting because he went for the puck. Clearly, he's trying to meet up here. I don't know. Just someone. We've seen this a lot in the series. If we have a defender that just kind of sneaks behind the line and nobody's guarding him and it's just 1v1, it more times than not turns into a goal. Unless it was Vegas tonight, and then it turns into a save. Doink. And you can't blame the goalie on that one either, because he's fully committed to, okay, he's gonna try a quick shot, throw a rebound on net, and like, dude, look at all this open ice right here. This is probably what Nathan McKinnon thought was gonna happen in the gold medal game. Yoink. All right. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so 2-1. So we're gonna have a goal here because it was on a Montreal power play. Oh, and again, look at this. Look at these grimy goals here. Just everything in the crease, around the blue. Good goals here. Nothing from far away, because a lot of times too, if like, let's say that 48's hucking up a shot, or he got to turn around by him and then he throws something at the net. Half the time it's a redirect by him or him. We notice that a lot. Or if the goaltender has a weak glove, it's like high glove side. So we got a little swoop down here, and then just yeah, that was perfect. That was perfectly played. And you can see how low he is already. Just this puck is either going on net or going straight to him. Great pass. And he's just there to tip it in. Making it 2-1. Did Montreal do anything with that little just speed of momentum? A little bit. Absolutely not. Absolutely not, because they were then. I was then. You know the meme. Yep. Because then that 2-1 lead Turned into a 3-1 lead. Turned into a 4-1 lead. What did this goal look like? Oh, boy. I don't think... This doesn't look like a redirect. This looks like just a simple... Ooh, that's half the problem, too. Look at this. Look at this. I'm not saying this is not a penalty, because as you can see, like, look at the goaltender here and stuff. You can see how, like, we'll draw the line here if we're looking at... He's way over pursued. Super aggressive, and we can see his glove touching his back so he doesn't have a free glove. I mean, like, as you can see from, like, alright, let's draw a little imaginary line. Like, you can see how far away he is from, like, it's a perfect screen, kind of. But I think I would look at the goalie's over pursuing of, like, pushing him out of the way to see where the goal went to, like, oh, shit, it's paddle side, but because I was too busy trying to push him out of the way, I didn't see it. I want to see the other angle. Do they have another? They do not. They do not have another angle. Oh well. And then in the second with about 3 minutes left to go, they made it 3-2. Okay, we got the puck right here. Ooh. Fancy. Oh, that is some... Oh, damn, that is some athleticism right there. Look at this. Tripping. Well, no. No, I wouldn't call that a tripping. I don't know. That's kind of a... I don't know. I wouldn't call that a tripping. That play was athletic as hell. Just tipped his own rebound, and yeah, somehow that found its way in the back of the net. And then we had the whole third period, which I don't know. Again, I didn't watch this goal. I mean, this game. Oh, here we go. Here's a replay. Throws it on, and then he's falling back, and then just tips it in. That is probably the goal of the postseason so far. Like when you want to talk athleticism, definitely the goal of the postseason. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool, not gonna lie. Okay, do we have a big time save versus the Sabres? 4-1 lead. 3-1 lead. And it's alright. Okay, let's go to the scores. Again, I came in a little late to this game. Somewhere after the second period. Somewhere around here, like when like there was 5 minutes left in the first. I thought saw it was 0-0. Had some dinner, noticed it was 1-0. And then just this goal, these two goals were kind of, I mean, they scored, like, dude, there's 6 seconds left in the game. The game, I think, because of how low scoring it was, I think virtually it was decided after the Carlson goal that made it 2-0, because there's something that we've noticed in, whether it was the Avalanche series, the Flyers series against the Penguins, even the Flyers series with the Hurricanes, when we get so late into a game, and again, there are certain games where it's like, okay, this theory is proven incorrect, because every game is just different. Look at the shots on goal. 22-28. Both teams were not shooting the puck that much. If this was something where instead of 22, that's a 42, and instead of 28, it's 48 to like a 50, over 50-ish shots, over 40-ish shots, 45. Like if it was a multi, because who was it? Olmark? I believe it was Olmark and Anderson that both had like over 35 saves. Like they had the over 50 saves in a game. I can't. Who? Oh, which goaltenders was that? That was. It was one of the series clinching games. But both goaltenders just played absolutely phenomenal, and combined they saved over 50 shots. When that turns more into like a goalie masterclass of goalie catches the zone and he's just playing phenomenal. But with these kind of games where like the offense is like, okay, you shot the puck 20 times. You look at the Habs and Lightning in Game 7 where it's like, okay, you shot the puck 9 times. Like, with those kind of stats and like the offense not being there for both teams. Because again, I mean, 3 goals is not a lot. One of them was an empty netter for the Ducks. There's just kind of something where if it is 1-0 and we're heading into the third period, chances are, okay, next goal kind of wins. Like, if the team that is up 1-0, if they score again to get 2-0, chances are, okay, this game's over. Unless there's like a magical surge of like momentum. We saw it in the Boston game against Buffalo in Game 1, where Sabres had no offensive production for the first 55 minutes of the game, and then all of a sudden, hello, here we go. They tied it up 2 apiece, and then there was an avalanche, and that's a rarity. That has only happened one time this whole playoff. So it's just kind of a when after the Ducks had the 1-0 lead, Carlson made it 2-0. When we're hovering around 14-ish minutes, 13-ish minutes left in the third, it's like there is enough time for another goal. But like chance after chance, that Ducks, which if it will show it, it probably nope, it's not gonna have it unless here. I like when ESPN does this too. Let's see. Let's try to cue it up here. If it cues it up here, I'll show it. But it was the power play on that Anaheim power play where there was just the mad scramble in front of the net. That was what this, because there was probably maybe 10 minutes left in the game or something when that was going on. After all those saves, it's like, okay, yeah, this thing is over. Vegas had the man advantage, but just the puck was bouncing the right way for the Ducks. All right, let's get into it. Come here. Let's do somewhere. Oh, here it is. Oh, wait, no. This is with 8 seconds left in the game. Where is... Show me... Where is Vegas's power play? No. Oh, man, they don't have it. If it's not going to be here, because here's the empty netter with 3 minutes left to go. Damn, hold on, let me get it queued up. Let's try something else. Let me try a different Ducks versus Golden. Okay, both of them are 10 minutes. Let's go here. Okay. Skip. Let me go here. Drag this bad boy over here. Go full screen. Oh, you know what it's going to do? It's going to cut to another commercial. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. So this is the third period. Here we go. No. Nope. Where's the scramble? Oh, this is game 1. Oh my gosh. I'm not even looking at the right. Hold on. Pardon me, people. Rookie mistake. Okay, my bad. I was like 1-1. My bad. Let me do... Yikes. Okay. Ducks versus Golden Knights. 18 minutes ago. There we go. This is game 2. Ladies and germs. Let's go here. Oh, it. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's bring this bad boy over here. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, it disappeared. Okay, let's bring you back up here. Okay. Okay, now. I know it would do that. I know it would frickin' be like, ooh, hold on, partner. We gotta play that. Okay, this is where this whole sequence. Okay, there's about 6 minutes left in the third period. This is where I would say the game. This is where it flipped, because they're Vegas with their already like shots on goal at this point. We're sitting at 25-21. Okay, as you can see, let me grab my little magic pen here. Okay, we got a puck that's sitting right there. We got a goalkeeper that's all the way over there. We got a Vegas guy, and we just an empty net. Okay. Hey, where does this puck end up? Over there, blocked. Not in the back of the net. Blocked again, and cleared out. This mad scramble of penalty, which I should look at Anaheim's. Like, dude, they just freaking, because offensive wise, like with scoring attack, Vegas wasn't just super crazy tonight versus Buffalo. Like, this was the point where, okay, if Vegas makes it 2-1, maybe we could see a situation where, okay, let's pull the goalie, let's get some offensive push, maybe we can, with a man advantage, make it 2-2, but just shut down, miraculous save, we got people hitting the deck, everybody getting involved, and just whack after whack, save after save, and just the penalty, man. Just the PK. It was super, super impressive. Like, I don't know how many teams. I mean, I would say Avalanche, maybe Avalanche could have punched in, because don't the Avalanche have the best power play? Well, you know what? Actually, let's go fact check this right now. Let's go look who has the best. Who has the best power play? Let's go look. Postseason wins plus goals, goaltenders, teams, goals per game, goaltending leaders, save percentage, power play percentage is Dallas so far. Oh wait, hold on. Let me read this. Because are we talking power play saves or goals, meaning 40% of the time they'll score? So it's either the Ducks at 40%, or Colorado next up with 22%. Because power play goals, the Ducks have 8. Shit. Colorado with 4. Montreal with 5. 5? Huh? How the hell did it? What? Whoa. How the hell? Hold on. How? If Montreal has more goals, how are they? Games played. I want to know shots on goal. Oh, the best. Who has the best PK? Boston. Well, they're not even in it anymore. Vegas with 95. We knew this. 93 with Carolina. Okay, so that is not the stat I'm looking at. I'm looking at. So this is the correct stat. So yeah, Colorado or Anaheim probably would have scored. Well, attempts, no, assists, points. Power play goals. I want to. It's not showing. It's not showing, because with like, let's just look at assists. Ottawa has 8 assists, but yet they only have 1 power play goal. If you have 1 power play goal, how the hell did you get 8 assists out of the 1 power play? That doesn't make sense. I want to see. There's no stat here, which I wish there was, where they went on, like, of this 10. I wish it would show it, where they have 10 power play goals, but how many power plays did Dallas go on in the first series to show this is why they have 40%? There's probably, if you write out the equation, it would probably be X equals 40 times point. It'd probably be, shit, I don't know. I'm trying this on the whim. It's not working. Because how it, hold on. Hold on. Because X would be the number we're trying to figure out, which would be power play. X times, would it be 0.40 times 10? Because no, we're not gonna waste any more time. No, sir. But ultimately this is where I think the Ducks got this victory and sealed it, just because when your goalie is playing phenomenal and getting stops, like, huge momentum. Now, a huge overreaction would be if, because again, there's certain points and parts in series where it's like, hey, this is where the series was won, this is where the series was lost. If Vegas loses this series, it'd be a huge overreaction for me to say, oh, right there, that's where they lost it. But I don't know it, because this is only game 2. If the Ducks were to go win 3 straight and gentlemen sweep Vegas, this would be the play where it's like, okay, this is where in the series, boom, this was the Olmark turnover to Tkachuk in game 5. This was for example, in game 3, what was the play in game 3 that broke? Because I know the Penguins, game 4. No, game 3. Because I know the Penguins fought back and they won games 4 and 5. But, like, game 3, what was the game that sealed it to make it a 3-0 series lead? Because if the Penguins ultimately did a reverse sweep, what would have been the play where it's like, okay, right there, that's where it turned. The play behind the net when Vladar was trying to clear and, oh, look at that, the Penguins scored. That would have been like look at that, that's where they scored. And because they had the miscalculation, 2-0, Penguins went on to win. So, alrighty, what else can we talk about? Let's move in now to, let's do some basketball, people. Those are my thoughts on the hockey games tonight. Again, great games, fun games, and then that plays out. We got people sprawling out, hitting the deck, a little nylon on the deck. Okay, so we can see a little bit of belt to ass in this game. Did Edwards play? Oh, if Randall has... Edwards played 24 minutes and only scored 12 points. Came off the bench. Don't know why he came off the bench. Not going to look too much into it because it's like, okay, whatever. 12 points. 12 points. Whoa, what the hell? Everybody made a pact before the game. They're like, gentlemen, you scored 12 points. That's it. Don't go. Because look, 12 points, 12 points, 12 points, 12 points, 11 points by Nas Reed. 12 points. Um, 12 points. Weird. Whatever. 9 for 30 on the 3-point shot. 16 for... Ooh, yeah. The 3-ball. 3-ball for the Spurs, definitely. Just looking at that stat of how they made... Hold on, where's my 3-ball? So 7 more threes. That carries. That carries. For shooting percentage, shooting 50. Hey, 50%. 50% versus 40%. Like it carries. And I don't know. I think there was a little bit of tenacity that Spurs were going to come back, because I don't know. Like, I think, don't get me wrong. Like, I made my meme about, like, Edwards putting belt to ass, even though it's like, they won game 1 by 2 points. And then you go look at his stat sheet. He didn't even lead team scoring. He only had, where is he? 18 points. So it's kind of like, okay. But the 3-ball is what people keep looking at. That ended up being the big deciding factor. And that game didn't start to turn and switch until like 7 minutes left-ish in the 4th. So, game 2. Where did this one switch? Oh, it didn't switch anywhere. This game was presumed over at halftime. Whoa, look at that. 18 points. Okay. 18 points compared to 35 points in the second quarter alone when we look at scoring. And then to the start of the third. To start the third, it is 35 to 59. So yeah, something tells me... I mean, they led for 96% of the game. Oh my gosh, what the hell? A 47-point lead? When the hell was that? What, huh? 47. 42-64, so there's a 22-point lead. 50... 55-82. There's a 3-point short of a 30-point lead. Oh, there it is. Yep, 55-90. That is when they started to pull away. So they pulled away at the end of the third and started the fourth, where 100 to 63. Shit. Yeah, that right there. That's where you got your ass whooped. See that right there. That's where it happened. Not in earlier in the game when you were only down by 20. Right there. Yeah. I still think, I don't know. I'm going to give the T-Wolves a little bit of benefit. I still think they can probably make this a series. Worst case scenario for Minnesota is they leave Game 4 down 3-1. Like how when they were eliminated last year. Best case scenario, we leave Minnesota 2-2. I think a big goal they should have going into these next 2 games is just win 1. Because if this leaves Minnesota 3-1, it's going to get ugly in Game 5, and they're going to get gentlemen swept. Where they got Game 1, and then turned right back around and lost 4 in a row. Let's go to basketball. What else did we miss today? The Knicks. The Knicks and the Sixers. Maxey with 26. Brunson with 26. What the hell is up with matching points? We got another 19, 19, 26, 26. Ugh. What else was a big... It's not like New York's 3-ball was the reason why they won this one. I mean, look at that. 7 for 26. 13 for 34. I know Embiid wasn't playing tonight, which I think was a big because like it's Embiid, it's their best player. He should be playing. I mean, we're in the second. You know, it's 76-75, so it's pretty close. Let's look at some GameCast here. What was the halftime score? 33 points. So Philly led after the first, 33-31. Knicks only scored one more point in the second period, 30 points to 29 points. So then halftime score was 62-61. New York was down by one. So look at that. Philly up by 2. Philly down by 1. We're late in the third. Start of the fourth quarter, Philly's up. See, what the hell? I will never understand this or get this. How teams can, with their back against the wall and their best players not playing, just be like, you know what? We're still going to stay in this game. I don't get it. I don't understand how teams do it, but like they do. I mean, shoot. It's almost as if, wait, are the Sixers better without Embiid? Because when Embiid played last game, they got blown out. This game was competitive all the way up until, I mean, it's 99-99 with 6 minutes left to go in the game. It is a 3-point game, 99-101 with 4 minutes left in the game. And then with the final 3-ish minutes, I mean, Philly's only up by 4 here. No, New York, sorry. 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, this is still a game with 3-ish minutes left in the game, which, without watching highlights, I'm gonna just make a little prediction here. Throwing up 34. There were probably a couple bricks here at the very end of the game where it's like, yep, wrap it up. This game's over. Because, I mean, that's a trend. That's a trend we've seen. Largest lead, 7 points. 7 points. So it's not like this game, 47 points. It's not like this game got out of hand. Free throw percentage, pretty even. 25 shots, 23 shots. Both teams had 21 free throw points. Turnovers, pretty even. 18 to 13. Like, this game was pretty even. So it's kind of like, maybe they play better without Embiid. You never know. I sure as hell don't. That was yesterday. This was yesterday, guys. Look at this freaking hard foul. I want you guys to know SGA is getting beat up out there, dude. Look at this violent foul, dude. Look at that shit. Oh, so violent, dude. I don't know if you guys missed it. Hold on. We gotta. Dude, look at him just attacking the bucket here, dude. Look how. Oh, get off me. Oh, get off me. Oh, violent, dude. Just freaking people mauling the shit out of him as he's driving in the paint, dude. I don't. Stunning and brave. I don't know how the hell they do it in today's modern NBA, man. It's just makes you wonder. Makes you wonder. Okay, let me check one more thing real quick. What time is it? Ay caramba, it is. Woo! We might not be able to do. I'm rambling too much. We might not be able to do a gaming stream tonight. Okay. Other than that, let's go to ESPN. Let's go check around the horn. Baseball. Nothing. I don't think there was too much in baseball. Other than there was a walk-off hit. Somebody got hit by a pitch, and then that caused the walk-off. Because they went to the bottom of the 10th, and then, so like PCA's homers missed them, but they just loaded up the bases and walked in the final run on a hit by pitch. Heated exchange after. Okay, well, whatever. Sure. I saw NCAA tournament to expand in final steps, because I saw it too. Also in college football, they're talking about a 24-team playoff, And, well, okay, they probably didn't make any videos on it, which, yeah, whatever. Because I've seen the thing about Sorsby's gambling addiction, which I made a meme on it. But my only thought is, hey, they legalized it. They legalized it. They opened up the can of worms by legalizing it. And so you kind of, it's a Pete Rose situation where it's like, I would trust the athlete's best interest is to try to win games instead of throwing games. But when you legalize, it's, yeah. Anyways, but because there's this, the term that's been thrown around is, oh, it's a involuntary, no, it's a, let me look up the word. There's a word. It's like a secret draft. And I don't know the technical, let me see if I have a hey, did you know they're gonna make a Minecraft sequel? That popped up on my feed today, and I was like, no, why? Let's check McAfee. It'll say the word on McAfee. Okay, because look at this. Where's the word? Oh my, he had supplemental draft, because there were some things than the 2014, because okay, again, maybe he's the only one that's talked about, which I have given my thoughts on the potential 2014 draft, no, 2014 playoff. I think the 2014 playoff is an absolute joke. And the reason why I think it's a joke is the more you expand the field, the more narrow it actually gets. And you realize, because I did it after the Ohio State year that they won it, because we've only done it for 2 years. And then I did it for this recent one, where you throw BYU in the mix, you throw Notre Dame in the mix, you throw Texas in the mix, and I think Vanderbilt. Like, just the more teams you add, the more it, like, kind of narrows down, where it's like, you look at Vanderbilt, and if you threw Vanderbilt in the tournament and made a playoff bracket, if Vanderbilt, like, lucked out where they had to play JMU, Tulane, a Mountain West team in the first round, or something like that, where, spoiler alert, let's look at Penn State last year. Penn State had to beat SMU and Boise State to get to the Final Four. Anybody see how hard that path was? Oh, it wasn't. Versus Oregon, who had to, after winning the Big Ten, had to go play Ohio State right then. That's how they were rewarded, which they retooled it. But, like, Ohio State had to beat Tennessee, then Oregon, and then after Oregon, Texas, and then after Texas, like, it, again, it evens out. You look at Indiana's, they went through Miami, and then after Miami, they went through Oregon, no slouch. Even though they blew them out, Oregon was not a slouch. Bama. So it just, but the more teams you add, I don't think Vanderbilt could have beaten anyone. I think BYU could have probably given fits to maybe Texas A&M, maybe. But again, that game would have been at Kyle Field. It wouldn't have been at a neutral site. Maybe BYU could have beaten Texas Tech in a rematch, but again, who knows? Notre Dame probably could have beaten Texas Tech. But if you, I think. Hold on, I don't want to dig too much, but let's dig just a little bit. 24 team college playoff 2026. Let's look. If somebody has it, is this what it would have looked like this year? Hold on. End of season projections. Let me look. So we have Bama at the 4. Miami, Tulane, Georgia Tech. What? Hold on. Who is the number 1 this year? Where's Indiana? Indiana's the 2. 2024. So Indiana's the 2. Texas A&M is the 3. Okay, let's go off of this metric. Okay, hold on. Let me go here. Whoop. Oh, damn it. Let me get copy. Let's try to hold on. La 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 la. Let's get rid of that. Yes. Okay. How are we looking? We gotta go over here because we are not. Hold on. Okay. That. Hold on. Let me look at. Let's go right here. Okay, that works. Okay. So we go. Okay, so we've expanded it. Congratulations. We have expanded it to 24 teams. By the way, at this point, all of ASU's starters were injured and out. So it's like, okay, Vanderbilt is probably going to win this one. But again, the more teams you add, the more it narrows it down. Virginia couldn't even get it done against Duke. So yeah, Tennessee's probably winning this one. Ohio State's winning. Miami's taking care of business. Miami's probably taking care of business again. Oklahoma and LSU to that point played 2 weeks earlier. Oklahoma won. Oklahoma probably wins the rematch. Cincinnati versus Notre Dame. Notre Dame probably wins it. Missouri, Vandy, Texas Tech. But even then, because Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl didn't play good. But I like after the Big 12 championship game, give me Texas Tech. Give me BYU. Okay, BYU and Oregon. Give me Oregon. Texas Tech and Texas A&M. Give me the Aggies. So then we have Aggies in Oregon. Give me Oregon. Out of Vandy and Georgia Tech. Give me Georgia Tech. Give me Indiana. So we have, again, Indiana against Oregon. So we have expanded teams, but then at the same time, we've ended back up in the same situation where, look, it's the 2 teams that would have met in the Final Four anyways. And that's not to say that Texas A&M wouldn't have given Oregon fits, but Oregon was a better team. And I don't think Texas Tech, because this would have been in Kyle Field, I don't think Notre Dame against Georgia. Georgia would have won, but it would have been a close game. Bama, Oklahoma. We already know who won that game. I would take Oklahoma still. But Oklahoma blew the lead. I'll just, for fun and kicks and giggles, I'll pick Oklahoma. But then we have Oklahoma, Georgia. Georgia's winning that. And so then we have Georgia sitting here. And then out of Ohio State and Miami, we're sitting here with, well, because out of Ole Miss, either team, here's the thing, I think either team's beating Georgia, and so then we have, whether it's Miami, whether it's Ole Miss, they're both beating Ohio State, and so it's kind of like, look at that. In the national championship, we have Indiana versus Ole Miss or Indiana versus Miami. we've opened it up to 24. But again, teams are getting a little farther, but still the same, because when you go through the regular season, like, it separates, like, teams clearly space themselves out. The only team that could have probably competed and given Indiana fits, maybe Georgia. Maybe. Maybe Ole Miss. I don't know. I don't know. Like that. See how I'm kind of a little when it comes to expansion. Like, I think 12 is the lukewarm, where it's like not too hot, not too cold, just right. All right, it's shit. Damn it! I wanted a game, but it's 10:30. Boo, boo, boo to it being late. Boo to it being late and not wanting to. Boo, boo. Okay, let me go. We might say F it, we ball. Do I want to risk? Nah. It's 10:30. We'll end it here. Okay. All right, people on the shorts end, we're going to do a quick out. Oh. People on the shorts end, thank you for hanging out. Be sure to leave a like whenever you're watching this, whether now or later. Ooh, we had 16 people. We had 16 people up in here at one point. Okay, peace out. All right.